And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we... At the 25.
Hurry, hurry! Go!
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Huntley. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey.
They'll fake the give to Sanders. Now Hurts on the move to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
to throw, Huntley. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up first and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Huntley to throw. Touchdown! Auden Tate, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Fairbairn up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game, to about the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Hey,
Hurts. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings, because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches. When they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 51 yards. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect, bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Burt sets up to throw it. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that one makes it 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Huntley. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch of the game. Good for 11 and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. The Texans sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Quickly out wide to Mechie. And some room to run now. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie, 57 yards. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Fairbairn now to add the extra extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. We'll get this up to about the 44. Now, the Eagles and Texans, polar opposites last year in terms of running the football. The Eagles were #1 in the league. The Texans, 32nd, dead last. And in fact, the Eagles ran for nearly twice as many yards as the Texans did in 2021. From the 44, Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jalen Petrie just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
To try again after the sack. Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from 4 yards out. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Huntley. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 41. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Huntley. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
19 tight.
Throwing again. Huntley. This is caught by Tate. Touchdown, Houston. Auden Tate with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Ready, break.
They'll drop to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jalen Petrie picks it up. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really the big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by M.J. Stewart, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw on second down, Huntley. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Adam Tate. 32 yards. And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Pat the street.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
70, 19 Tiger.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Jonathan Bernard
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that drops the deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll go right back to Pierce. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They go play action with Hurts. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Gets his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready?
They go again with Pierce. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Huntley. He's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent gain, 35 yards. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Murray. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here's Huntley.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 11. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And Beasley with it over the middle. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And my goodness, another interception.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions receptions. I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, that means talk about it.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Hurts. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. That's to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. After the sack on 1st down, Hurts. And this one caught by Beasley. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. And now here's another interception. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Huntley to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Pierce now up the middle.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Pierce.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.